Hey there, Tamir from FibonacciTraders.com here. Another beautiful day in Thailand, Koh Phangan. Hit a like, subscribe, and let's see what the SPY and friends brought us in the past day. Before we dig in the chart, quick reminder, you need to set your reminder for this epic 3 hours Twitter Spaces. Drip to Rip, my friend and myself are going live 3 hours coming Sunday 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to talk about mindset, discipline and strategy to give you the immediate formula on how to become a profitable trader. So set a reminder, just go to my Twitter account or my friend's Drip to Rip Twitter account and just set a reminder for this epic 3 hours Spaces. Now let's see what SPY and friends brought us in the past day. SPY closed the day with a doji above the 495, but what do we see? We see a double top scenario of the 503 area. This is how it looks on the intraday. This is the 65 minutes over here. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of your price action. Double top scenario also on the 65 minutes. We opened the day with a massive gap to the downside and then just moved sideways, holding the lower border of this yellow zone, the FTI yellow zone. As we always say, is the most important zone for support and resistance. Wednesday, after the bell, NVIDIA. Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, FOMC minutes. Super volatile short week. We are heading into QQQ. Also closed the day with a doji holding nice above the yellow zone. But what do we see? We see some kind of a head and shoulders, you might say. Double top scenario. It doesn't matter. And as long as we are above the yellow zone at the QQQ, as long as we are inside this option channel, do not fight the trend. When it's time to go short, you will see breaking below, massive breakout below this channel, inside the yellow zone, closing the week at this area, the 417, and then you will see short continuation towards the 411 and 395. Until then, the trend is up. By the way, if you are not yet Fibonacci Traders Discord member, you missed big time yesterday. We took pre-market short. As you can see, this is according to Thailand time, 6 p.m., which is 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Short, pre-market short. Double top scenario on the 65. Everything in advance. Aged well. And you know the FTI signal at the open. We also have this channel, new channel, the FTI signals at the open. Short on SPY. Time frame 15 minutes. And where to put your stop loss all automatically. So if you're not a Fibonacci Traders Discord member yet, this is the time. I promise you, once you join us, this elite team of traders, you will not go back to any other Discord. This is my promise to you. And anyway, it's a monthly subscription. Dow Jones, same as the Qs, still in an uptrend channel, above the yellow zone. Do not fight the trend. The Dow is moving sideways. Bulls are fighting. Bulls are holding the line. Only a weekly close below the 382, and then you will see these trend lines going south. IWM, the Russell 2000 ETF. What do we see? This top, the 205, super tough resistance. So let's put a line over here. What do we see here? We have a trend line that identifies and helps us to identify the higher lows for now. What do we see now? Price action is getting tighter and tighter as the days go by. And the IWM, long continuation only above the 205, the red line. Short, weekly close below the blue line, and then we will start taking short position on the IWM, and you can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and now you have all the levels to the downside, all the levels to the upside. This is how we analyze charts. This is how we trade. You don't even need the FTI version 5 on your chart. If you want to learn how to do it by yourself, just still click the links below. Choose your path for successful. Choose your path for financial freedom. Magnificent 7 ETF, the MAGS. Also, multi-top scenario of the 3780, holding above the 3560, this yellow zone, but careful, we start getting our sell signal, as you can see here, because we broke and closed below an uptrend channel. It doesn't mean that we need to go short. It just means careful now. If you're long on the Magnificent 7, you need to be super careful. The FTI helps us to manage positions. Look at the Bitcoin sideways move in the past week or so. No price action. Someone needs to give. If bulls will give up, we will see 49,800 to the downside and then going back, retesting the yellow zone as support. If bears will give up, we will see 56,700 and 61,700 to the upside. All you need to do is ask yourself, what if Ethereum will break above the 33? It will go 3270 and 3570, continuation inside this amazing uptrend channel. You can be a little bit more accurate. Just tell the FTI version 5, here you go. Be a little more accurate, and here you have it. Trend lines, channels based on the Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci ratios, everything that you see, automation based on Fibonacci, because when it comes to trading, Fibonacci is everything. It's the only tool, the only thing that helps you identify with the highest probability where price might be heading next is Fibonacci. All the rest of these indicators, without a doubt, without any exceptions, all these indicators, hence all the strategies based on these indicators, are purely lacking. Now the KRE struggling with the yellow zone, and we know that the yellow zone is the most important and the most tough area for support and resistance. In this case of the KRE, now since beginning of February, very tough resistance zone. You want to go long, you need break and a close above the 50.34 below this trend line, and this gap will get filled with 90% chance. Of course, everything you see and hear on my videos and in general on my channel is for educational purposes only. Everything here is based on my idea. It's only my idea. My idea is based on 7 years plus of experience and the magnificent FTI tool. It's not an indicator. It's a tool. It's a tool that helps us understand and read price action. Price action, it's the language, the universal language of the market. And the FTI helps us translate it. What do we see on the SOXX? With all the upside, with all the downside, still inside an uptrend channel, still above the yellow zone. So no short on SOXX. Long until proven otherwise. And this proven otherwise might be Wednesday, tomorrow, after the bell. Nvidia, 4.3% to the downside. At some point it went sub 6%, went back up, closed above this Fibonacci level, the 687 area, but broke below this steep uptrend channel. Now all we need to do is wait and see how market will react for Nvidia's earnings. We are traders. We are not gamblers. We do not go in with open positions into earnings. And it doesn't matter if the day after you wake up and Nvidia will go 20 or 30% to the upside. Remember, it can go also 20 or 30% to the downside. Meta holding strong, sideways move, still inside this green box. Long continuation breaking above the green box, above the 489 towards the 430 and 480, breaking below this green box. And this gap over here at the 400, 90% chance will get filled. And it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Microsoft also together with Meta holding strong, moving sideways, holding above the yellow zone, holding inside the uptrend channel. We are below a sell signal. It doesn't mean we need to go short on Microsoft. It just means that if we are already long on Microsoft, we need to be super careful. Apple, downtrend, below the sell signal, below the yellow zone, needs to hold this 179 area, breaking below it, and we will see 174, 168, double top scenario on Apple. And if we zoom out, don't say I didn't warn you. We have a double top scenario also on the weekly, breaking below the 179 on the daily. We will see 166. Below 166, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading back to the 150 area. Prepare for everything. And for now, what do we see on Apple? Downtrend, below the red line, below the yellow zone. No long on Apple yet. AMD 4.7% to the downside, but one candle or even two candles, and sometimes maybe even three candles, doesn't matter how big they are, does not change the overall sentiment. Yes, we got a sell signal from the FTI. It doesn't mean we need to go short on AMD. It just means if we are long on AMD, we need to be super careful, because AMD is still holding above the yellow zone, still inside an uptrend channel, but Nvidia's earnings will affect AMD towards 216 or back to the 133. So if you have open position on AMD or any other semiconductors, in my opinion, it's a pure gambling. Go with open positions into Nvidia's earnings. Shopify holding inside the yellow zone, holding above an uptrend channel. Long continuation only above 83.60 on Shopify. Tesla, another day, another 3% to the downside. Tesla, yellow zone, resistance from support, was resistance, support, now once again resistance. We have an open gap at the 206. We are still inside downtrend channel, and as long as we are still inside the downtrend channel below the yellow zone, no long on Tesla. Google is next. Google trying to get back inside this uptrend channel, trying to get back inside the yellow zone, but the yellow zone is a very tough one, still below the sell signal. Amazon, great news on Amazon. Why? Because Amazon is going to replace Walgreens Boots Alliance in the Dow Jones. Walgreens out, Amazon in. Amazon becoming one of the 30 diamonds. Netflix struggling to hold above the green box. So we don't need the green box. We need trend lines, support. We need Fibonacci, support, Fibonacci resistance. We need buy signal, green line, yellow zone. Netflix is an uptrend until proven otherwise. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, just hit the like, hit the subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell. We are going live every day, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, preparing together for the next trading day. Until then, stay safe.
Thank you.